The other thing about this consciousness of creativity and relating the creative instinct to reality, the extension of it was also that I was a great eavesdropper. Yeah. And my father had his circle of friends, and they used to debate vociferously, and I was fascinated by the arguments and sometimes the passion, the teasing also that went into it, one another, calling one of the names in a friendly way. And what they said began to make an impression on me at a very early stage. Why was it that they seemed to excoriate the district officer, a white man, and so on? He seemed a very likable fellow. I saw him from time to time, and even used to call there. And then at the home, and the pastor, the fascinating character, he was built like a cannon. And he was also called Cannon. And his head was like a cannonball, which I used to see in front of the residences, the European residence house. So there was this mixture of images, of tactile experiences with the thought processes, which seemed to connect all of them. I mean, not really creditably at that age, no. But I found a connection. In addition, I mentioned earlier that my mother had a marvelous singing voice, and I was immediately recruited very young as a chorister also. I seem to have inherited some of this quality. And in church, we had the stained glass windows of these saints. St. Peter's, there was the Reverend Townsend, there was Reverend Hinderer, and of course there was a picture in stained glass window also of St. Peter's, after whom the church was named. And I saw a connection between these stained glass windows of figures and the traditional masquerades, the egungun, dressed in their, costumes, very fascinating, performing. So it was all a jumble from which I tried to make sense. And in the debates of my father and his friends, for instance, as I said, this was connected with the politics of the society. As if that was not enough, my mother became also involved in the politics of women in that same town.